Hey, our very own Eric Rogers here right now to tell us what's going on in Verona. Yes, this is the Verona High School Report. It is brought to us by Miller and Sons. We see what the Wildcats have been up to lately, and let's start with girls hoops. Eric, how have they been doing? Kind of Big 8 middle of the pack, aren't they?
Yeah, so we'll do it, ladies first. So it's girls basketball. We're nearing the half point of the season. Right now, they come into the week 4-8 overall, 4-4 in the conference, which is good enough, tied for 5th in the Big 8 conference. So yeah, middle of the pack kind of at this point of the year. They're on a losing streak, so they've lost 6 straight. They come off a loss most recently to Sun Prairie, a 49-33 loss. What's interesting about that one, Rich, is Sun Prairie was actually trailing 12-13 at halftime to Verona. So Verona had that big lead, but then Sun Prairie goes on a roll. They score 37 points in the second half, which ends up, it's kind of that's the end of the story there. 14 points from Chandler Bainbridge for Verona, so she was this leading scorer. She's also the leading scorer for the team on the season at 12.9 points per game. And then they are hosting Janesville Craig on Tuesday and at Janesville Parker this Friday. Let's
talk about the boys. We're going to get a chance to see them on our high school basketball coverage a couple times, I think, coming up this season. How are the boys Wildcats been doing?
Yeah, it'll be you and me, Rich. We'll be doing that thing, but kind of the same story on the guys' side. 7th place in the Big 8 conference right now, looking at a 5-5 overall record, 3-5 in conference play. So they've got some work to do after losing 5 of the last 6 games. Most recently at Verona, so home Friday night against Sun Prairie, a 79-58 loss there. That one, you look at the scoreboard, it's 16 straight points to start the game for Sun Prairie is kind of how that one ended up. You score 16 points to open that game is kind of going to set the tone for the rest of that game. Verona was led in scoring by Grant Kelliers, 17 points. And as far as the scores for Verona for the season, you have Ryan Van Handel and Boy Clements leading the team in scoring at just over 12 points per game. And then looking at the schedule, they've got the 4-4 Janesville Craig Cougars on the schedule this Thursday.
Boys hockey usually at the top of the Big 8 conference. No difference this year, is it?
Yeah, no, they're 10-3-2 on the season, tied for 1st in the Big 8 conference. Also an honorable mention in your top 10 coaches poll. So just not quite cracking the top 10, but honorable mention. Anyway, they've won 3 straight after a 7-0 win over Madison La Follette East.
Good stuff right there. We got 20 seconds left. Just enough time for some quick hitters.
All right, let's do it. Boys wrestling took 4th at their own 6-team invitational last Saturday, beating Janesville Craig and Memorial. Boys swimming took 10th, the co-op, at the 23-team Marquette Invitational.
Good stuff right there. As always, the Verona Area High School Report brought to us by Miller and Sons. Eric, thanks, man.
As always.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.